5. Okay, it's time to begin. Hello to everyone. Let's continue our exercise for part 2, session 15. This will be the last session of our part 2 exercise on how to establish or develop a new project. And we are about to start probably in the next episode, the part 3 of our exercise on how to establish or develop detailed baseline program. Okay, let's start. Planning and control management part 2 on how to establish or develop a new project. Our previous episode was session 14, project markup cost estimate method B on the second segment. So we completely finished the method B. Okay, so our episode for today is session 15, and this is how to maintain and assign project baselines. Okay, before we proceed, let me present first the comparison of method A and method B project cost estimate that we performed in our last sessions. So the reason why I am presenting this to you in advance because it is related to our today's topic, how to maintain and assign project baselines. Using this feature of Primavera P6 will enable us to create and enhance report presentations. And one of the primary use of this feature is to be able to compare several programs and schedules with any base program or schedule, especially in monitoring the status of project execution against the contractual requirements. Okay, here is one of the sample how it works. Okay, here we will review the results of method A, project estimate. So this is our method A that we accomplished recently. Here is the look. If you look at the method A, budgeted expense, all of these items here, the labor, materials, non-labor cost, the markup cost are already consolidated in each of these activities. And we have here our total 26,806,058.40. And then our method B, the look is a little bit different because why we have added a markup element here to show the total sum of all the markup costs for all the direct and the indirect activities. Okay, so that means here on the upper side, the direct and indirect activities has no, each activity has no markup cost added onto it. So that is why, but if you add all of these, add it into the markup cost here at the bottom, it will come up to the same overall total budgeted total cost for the project compared to method A. So we have two sets or two separate phases of program or schedule to look for comparison, right? So meaning if we want to look at method A, we have to look for the another set of page, and then if we want to look at, like for example, if we want to see the method A, we have to look at it as another set of page, and if we want to look at for B, another set again. So how about if we want to view the data of both programs in one set or one phase? That is more convenient, right? Meaning just in one page or in one set of pages that you will look, you can see both of them. Both data of method A and method B can be viewed. So we shall do it that way using the maintain and assign project baseline features of Primavera P6. That means we don't need to look up for the other pages for the data of method A, and the same thing as in method B. This will be the look of method A and B project program viewing in one set or in one phase as shown. Okay. Method A and method B project estimate comparison. Okay, here is the same heading for both. Now here we can see the common. This is the common activity ID and activity name for both programs. They are the same, right? Okay. Now next is this one is the data of method A project estimate. You see method A, expense, labor, non-labor, material, and total cost. So next is this one is the project estimate data for method B. You can see here method B, expense, labor, method non-labor, method material, method B material, and the total cost. And here is the bar chart. It will not be different because they are of the same schedule. Only the difference is the method on how the markup costs are calculated or being organized. So if you look at the whole one page here, it has the data of both method A and method B project estimates. So it is more convenient, right? It's more convenient to look at this way rather than looking at the let's let's say if you want to look for method A, you have to look for the other pages or set of pages for method A, and then if you want method B, the same thing. But here, you can see at one, you can see at a glance for both method A and method B. So that is the advantage, and we can use the maintain and assign baselines to present this way. Okay. So we will do it in Primavera P6. So we will move to Primavera. Okay, share. Present. No, this is not the one. Primavera is this one. Okay, we are now in Primavera. So let's open our project. Our project lately was okay, this one, right? We'll open this. Okay. Okay, here we go. So we will go to the layout. We'll open the layout that we prepared before. So this is it. Apply it. Okay. So this is the data of Primavera. The project cost estimate method B. So we have the activity ID. We will try to activity name, duration, budgeted expenses, labor, non-labor material, and okay. So now we need to see also, since this is the data for, data for method B, but we want to see also on this screen the data, the same data here for method A. Okay. So what we need to do? So we will be using the maintain and assign baseline. Okay. So here is the first step. In here, you can see here the icon, which you can see assign baseline, and here is the maintain baseline. This is the shortcut one. But if we will use the menu, or we can find it. I forgot already. Oh, this one. Here in the project, you can see here the assign and the maintain baseline. So you can use here using the menu, and here you can use the shortcut. So we will use the shortcut. The first thing we need to do here is to maintain a baseline first. Okay. So let's use the project and then maintain baseline. Okay, you click maintain baseline. Here you can see it here in this window. When you say maintain baseline, we have to put a project or any baseline project that we want to use. So we have to click add. So this time we will be using the method A. I mean, we want the method A to be our baseline so that we can display it at the same page with the method B that we are working currently. So we need a method A. So we will click add, and we will, if you want this current project to be the same as your baseline, you can use save a copy of the current project as a new baseline. But if you want to look for another project which is not the same as the current project, so we have to click this one, convert another project to a new baseline of the current project. So if you select it and then click OK, you will be shown a window to select what baseline you want. So for now, we need a baseline tender A because that is the method A of our tender program that we need for now to compare to baseline, tender B program. So we'll choose this one. Okay, so it is shown here already. You can add as more baselines if you want, but for now, just click it here and then convert and so forth. But for now, we will just use the method A as our main baseline, as the baseline, but that we want to use. Okay, meaning we are storing the, when we say maintain baseline, we are just storing the project here to be selected later if we need it. So, okay, so let's close it. And then now we will have to assign those baseline that we added into our current project. So, okay, so we need to use the assign baseline here. Okay, okay. So here we can see here the project is current project is standard B, but we want to assign a baseline on it. So we have to click this one and select baselines that we added just a while ago. So we added only the method A program. So if there is a lot more that you have added, in the maintain baseline, so you have also several selections here. But since we only added the method A, so only one appears. So we will choose it. And then here at the bottom, you can see the user baselines. Meaning you can add more baselines here if you want. You can select here if you want. So you have we still have a user baselines or 3 user baselines that can be added. Okay, so primary, secondary, and tertiary. So let's close it. And now our current project method method B has already a baseline contained on it. So what we need to do now is to add the column here. So we will put a column here at the near the near of method A data. But first we will change this column. We will modify the name so that it will be identifiable. So let's click the column and then click this one. And then under the budget expense, we don't need to change the activity ID, name, and duration because they are of the same data of both programs. So no need. So we will collect this, highlight this one, and then rename it to, let's say, method A, method B, okay. Method B, budget expense. Okay. Okay, and then let's click this also. We will just add the method B. Okay, and then we'll click this also, the method B also. We'll just remove the cost because it will just crowding the column. Okay. Cost, okay, and then method A, method B, cost. Okay, then apply. So we can see it here. This is for the data of the, you see, data for the method B. Oh my God. We will change the, what do you call this? We will retrieve the original sorting. Because sometimes this column, when you click it, when you press the mouse so heavy, it will click and it will be the, it will change the current sorting. Okay. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So this is it. So we will add the column for the method A, since we have already assigned here as the baseline for this project. So we'll add a column. So we will click here again also. We will try to, I have prepared, you can prepare a spacer if you want. So I have prepared here the spacer here. Okay, this one I put is the first dot. We will make the spacer from here. Let's say duration. We will put is and we'll make it a spacer, and then another for method A and B. Okay, apply it. Okay, you see, you can see it here. There is a spacer here. So we will move it a little bit. Okay. This I just put I mean the dot here so that we can create a spacer. That's my own technique. Okay, so we will add the column for method A. So click here again, column, and then where we can find it. So if you look at the expense, let's say we will type Alt F budget. Okay. Okay. No, that is budget because we'll be looking for the budget. We will go to cost. We can see here in the cost, since all of these are here, this column here are under the cost. So we will look out for expense, budget expense. We cannot find it. Where is it? Okay, the baseline one. So we have already here the baseline. It is shown here baseline and also the baseline one. This is for the primary baseline that I show you. So we will look for the baseline for project expense cost. This one, right? So meaning the baseline is that is the method A project. Okay, so we will put it here after the spacer. Okay, next is the labor. So baseline labor, okay, we will add it. And then baseline non-labor, highlight it and then put it here. And then baseline project material cost, okay. And then also the project total cost for the baseline method A, okay. So it's done. Now we will put it all at the center. Okay, and then change it to the column name. We will change it to let's say method A. Method A project expense. We will just remove the cost. Okay, and then here is it at the center? Okay. Okay, here, highlight that one and then put it on the center. And then rename it. Okay, and then highlight again, edit, and then rename it. Okay, highlight again, edit column, put it at the center. Let's remove this one and then renaming it to method A. Then okay, and then edit, then center, and then rename it, and then this is it. Okay, and then apply. Okay, so here we go. So we can see here, we have here the activity ID, activity name, duration, and here is the data. Here is the data for method A. All of these five columns is for method A. And okay, I put the spacer so that it will be more identifiable. Or okay, so if you look at the screen, you can quickly at a glance, the two methods that we have prepared before, their data can be viewed at the same page. Okay, so this is the method A data and this is the method B data. So the total values here are the same, right? 26, 806, 058, 40. They are perfectly the same. So we are working it, we work for it accurately. Now under the method A, the difference is that under the method A, there is no value for the markup cost here. I mean, the total markup cost, there is no value. You know the reason why? Because here in method A, in every activity, there is already a markup cost consolidated on each activity. So there is no need to put it here. Okay. But in here in method B, no markup cost has been added into the individual activities, but it is shown here, meaning we created an activity to represent the total markup cost for the total of each of the activities in here. So that is why if you can see the total amount of the markup cost here, which is 9147258, right? But in here in method A, you cannot see the total amount of the markup cost here because it is already consolidated or added into the individual activities. So that is the difference there. Okay. So I think we're done. I hope you understand it already. So that is why this is the advantage of using the maintain and assign baselines feature of Primavera P6. And also we can show the we will modify the header. Okay, we can show it here as let's say let's change the header to method A, whatever header you may put there, method A, and method B, let's say method B, and then comparison. That's the problem of letter S here if you don't click this one, comparison. So you cannot change it to blue. Okay, and then apply. So what next? So that's the way how it is, how it works. Okay, so I think we are done here for the maintain and the maintain and assign baseline topic. So I think it's good to take a break here. Okay, let's close this one. Okay, and then well, we're using the okay. So our next episode is part 3, session 1, introduction link. So this is our next episode. And end of session. Goodbye, everybody.